What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blueblood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some interesting news. According to Dazn and Dazn execs that do business with Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, and Matchroom, and they co-promote with 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who currently is the undisputed super middleweight world champion, widely considered by many to be the face of the sport of boxing, top 3 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, in Saul Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is now 57 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age, 5'8" with a 72-inch arm reach. With that said, Canelo Alvarez is coming off of a shocking defeat in which he faced off against WBA light heavyweight world champion, Russian superstar boxer Dimitry Beval, who is now 20 wins, no losses, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. Dimitry Beval, he outboxed, outclassed, and dominated the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Shocking. Not too many people viewed and thought that this was going to be the outcome. Did Dimitry Beval have an opportunity and a chance to win the fight? Yes, but he was a 4-1 underdog going into this fight. Canelo Alvarez had already campaigned at 175 back in 2019 when he defeated the WBO light heavyweight world champion, who is a 3-time world champion at light heavyweight, and Sergey Crusher Kovalev, okay? So with that said, you know, he knocked out Kovalev in the 11th round. Now, after this fight, Canelo Alvarez, initially he stated the better man won. Then we witnessed all 3 judges' scorecards were in cahoots. They were all on the same page and all had identical scorecards, which the end results was 115-112. All 3 judges gave the first 4 rounds to Canelo Alvarez. All 3 judges gave the next 4 rounds, which is, they gave the first 4 rounds to Canelo Alvarez, the next 4 rounds to Dimitry Beval, round 9 to Canelo Alvarez, and the next 3, 10, 11, and 12 to Dimitry Beval. Identical scorecards, never seen in the history of the sport of boxing, okay? But all 3 judges had the same identical scorecards. Canelo Alvarez, he lost 115-112 across the board, unanimous decision. Canelo Alvarez, he initially stated, like I said, the better man won. Okay, but then he changed his tune. He started to say he felt like he won the fight 115-112 in his favor at worst. Okay, he stated that he may have won the fight even bigger than that. Not many people viewed Canelo Alvarez winning more than 2 or 3 rounds in this fight. Okay, that is the overwhelming consensus. Many people feel like he won 3 rounds at best. He was dominated, outboxed in the fight. Dimitry Beval was able to deal with whatever he dished out and counter Canelo Alvarez. So with that said, everybody wonders what's next for Canelo Alvarez. He stated he was going to go back to the drawing board with his well-renowned trainer, 2-time trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso, who is now on a major losing streak. Okay, he's had 2 of his biggest fighters in his stable take losses. Oscar Valdez, just a week before Canelo Alvarez, okay, and April 30th. And then May 7th, Canelo Alvarez lost, okay? So with that said, what's next for Canelo Alvarez? He then stated he felt like he could beat Dimitry Beval. He felt like he won the fight. Dimitry Beval said if he needs to go down to 168 to fight Canelo Alvarez, where he's undisputed, he'll go to 168 and take his belt at 168. Well, to many people's surprise, this is going to surprise many people. The Dazn execs, they don't want to green light Canelo Alvarez rematching Dimitry Beval, which is a clear indicator that they don't believe that Canelo Alvarez can beat Dimitry Beval. They don't want to green light it. They want to push forward with Canelo Alvarez and his trilogy with his biggest rival in 2-time unified middleweight world champion, GENNADY Triple G Golovkin, superstar boxer, okay? So they would much rather in September, Canelo Alvarez push forward with the initial plan is to face Triple G in September. they don't want to green light Canelo Alvarez facing off against Dimitry Beval and ruin their investment, because they invest in Canelo Alvarez for 2 more fights. So he had this fight with Dimitry Beval. The first time, the plan was for him to beat Dimitry Beval, face off against Triple G in September in Mexico City, okay, at 168, and go back up to 175 before the year's up, and face the winner of Joe Smith, Arthur Beterbiev, who they're going to fight June 18th in a unification bout for 3 belts. Arthur Beterbiev has the WBC, the IBF, and Joe Smith has the WBO. The end of the year where he could become undisputed at light heavyweight in under a calendar year, and then he can beat Gennady Golovkin and close the chapter on their trilogy. Gennady Golovkin is 42 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 37 wins by way of knockout, 40 years of age, 5'10.5" with a 70-inch arm reach. Okay, that 1 loss came to Canelo Alvarez, that 1 draw came to Canelo Alvarez. Now, Gennady Golovkin, he recently fought April 9th against Ryota Murata, in which he got a 9th round TKO victory, but it wasn't that impressive. He unified the belts again at 160. It wasn't that impressive. For the first 3, 4, 5 rounds, he was being exposed. Ryota Murata was going to his body, looked like he was on the verge of possibly, if he could weather any, storms that Triple G presented, he could get a stoppage, right? Triple G looked old. His reflexes looked faded. His power was still there. The last thing to go is your power, but his speed wasn't there. His defense wasn't there. And he showed a lot of flaws in his game, which lead many people to believe that Canelo Alvarez would definitely be able to capitalize on those flaws that Triple G has. So the Zone, they don't want to green light Canelo Alvarez rematch and Dimitry Beval, because they want Canelo Alvarez to be the victor, okay? They need Canelo Alvarez to be the victor and get the praise, not in this position where he's losing. Imagine they invested in Canelo Alvarez, 3 fights with big money, $42 million, $44 million, and he loses to Dimitry Beval. You paid him $44 million. And again, he fights Dimitry Beval in a rematch in September, and you pay him $44 million, and he loses his undisputed titles. That's not a good look when they're building their brand based off of Canelo Alvarez's brand. Okay, because now what about the 3rd fight? Where does he go with a 3rd fight on that tour? Is he going to fight Triple G in December now, after he lost twice to Dimitry Beval? And in the manner he lost the first time, imagine if he loses even worse or gets stopped. You committed to Canelo Alvarez. That's $88 million you have invested in Canelo Alvarez. For him to come up short, they don't want to do that. They want to protect their investment, because then moving forward, how do you sell Canelo Alvarez as a major draw should he lose these 2 fights with Dimitry Beval? And nobody's going to want to pay for Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G at that point in time. So now Dimitry Beval, yeah, he's with Matchroom, okay, as he co-promotes with Matchroom, but he's not fully engaged with Matchroom and Dazn. So where do you go from here? And he's not considered the superstar that Canelo Alvarez is. He's not the face of boxing. He doesn't speak English that very well. Okay, he's not from America. So how do you, the matter is for Dazn to take over America. What better way to do so than with Canelo Alvarez? Now, you could sell a fight right now, because they're going to tell you that Canelo Alvarez was just too small against Dimitry Beval. Okay, for him to go back down to 68 and fight Gennady Golovkin in a trilogy match, that's more his size, more his speed. That's more of a winnable fight. So they can sell it, well, he was just simply too small for Beval. He dared to be great. Now here goes the trilogy with Gennady Golovkin. He beats Gennady Golovkin, then, well, you could sell a 3rd fight, maybe with somebody from, the PBC side, okay? Or maybe even try to lure Demetrius Andrade into a fight, which would be a very difficult style matchup, right? But you can sell a 3rd fight. He's victor in September against Triple G, and I believe he'll stop Triple G to the body, okay? And then, you can sell a 3rd fight. But the investment is to have Canelo Alvarez the victor, not the loser. and it's abundantly clear they're not confident in green-lighting a rematch with Dimitry Bivol. So they don't know how that's going to play out, seeing as though Dimitry Bivol beat Canelo Alvarez so very easily. Now, they will be banking on at this point to see if, well, was it the weight? Now, Dimitry Bivol, are you going to have an advantage, seeing as though he's going to come down 7 pounds in weight? Is that going to handicap Dimitry Bivol and give Canelo Alvarez more of a chance to be victorious? But it initially came down to skill. Now, would Dimitry Bivol be weight drained and fatigued? We will have to see, right? So, the zone don't want to greenlight a rematch. Not showing much confidence in Canelo Alvarez in the rematch with Dimitry Bivol. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.